For the first time on my channel, we are looking at a dang truck camper. And I'm super excited. I think when it comes to the ultimate freedom and flexibility to travel with some sort of RV, this is definitely one of the options that is going to allow you to maximize that the furthest. And let's talk about why. Come on. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Myles with Firmly Unbound, and we are here at Blue Compass RV today in Surprise, Arizona, taking a look at this Northwood RV Wolf Creek truck camper. Now, we've looked at a few other Northwood RVs. If you missed those videos, you can check them out on my channel, but you can see like we have this Arctic Fox fifth wheel. There's also Arctic Fox travel trailer and Nash travel trailer. We looked at a bunch of those. And now I'm going through some of these truck campers that they have here, and I hope y'all appreciate me doing this because I'm having to travel all over the country to find these things for you guys because they don't have these truck campers at the lots that I film at in my hometown of Dallas or anywhere near there. So I'm now traveling around the country full time for the summer for you guys, doubling that up as my honeymoon with my wife as we got married on April 24th. So lots of fun, exciting stuff going on, and I'm seriously so excited to get to finally start filming stuff like this for you guys that I have been wanting to do, but it has just required me to get out and travel to be able to do it. So this here, again, really great company coming from Northwood RV Manufacturing, and this is going to be the Wolf Creek model. Now, this is going to be like the little brother to the Arctic Fox model. I am going to film some of those while I'm here as well, but they have like the Arctic Fox truck campers down over here. These are about $15,000 less than the Arctic Fox model, but still have really good build characteristics that we are going to take a look at. So let me get up closer because I'm so new to these things. I don't even remember the model number. This here is an 890. And then as we go inside, we'll look at the brochure and kind of see what this is best equipped for. So let's go ahead and hop inside, and then we'll take a look back at the outside here in a moment. But you can see, or actually let me talk about like the advantage to a truck camper real quick before we do that. So biggest advantage is these truck campers, they're gonna sit right over the bed of your truck. Disadvantage is you lose the bed storage in your truck. But the advantage to that is this is going to allow you to travel a lot more freely. Basically, the footprint of your overall camper and truck is not going to be really all that much larger whatsoever than your truck itself. So that basically means, aside from the height difference where you're going to add this couple feet of height to your overall footprint, the overall length is going to be the least of your concerns anywhere you travel. And this will allow you to get into a lot more small remote areas where you will be able to take this thing that you just can't take RVs that you would tow somewhere. So that's the real advantage to this. I think if you were only just ever planning to camp in different RV parks and stuff like that, this probably is not something you should invest in. But if you want to go boondock in the woods, if you want to go boondock in a national forest or out in the middle of the desert, this is a great option for you, especially like heavily forested areas, because this is going to allow you to get that camper into a lot of spaces that you're just not going to want to tow something behind you into. Oh, also down here, you can store your sewer hose through this bumper portion right here. You have the flip down step that will flip up while you're going down the road. And you have your tanks that drain out from right here along the side. And it looks like that's really the only thing to talk about. Down underneath here, there's a couple like TV and satellite plugs here. And it looks like this is where you can fill your fresh water right there. And then your 30 amp power connection right here. And you also have a light over this area as well. And then it has a sticker right here, so it shows where your center of gravity is. I would imagine we're trying to line that up over the axles as best as possible, but if I'm incorrect about that, let me know. I'm pretty sure that's what that would indicate though, and why that would be there, so that we can try to make sure that point is over the axles of the truck, in the bed of the truck, as best as possible. As we keep going along this side, they have more traditional style lights in here, and this is in a lot of the different Northwood products. Then you have all your storage through here, storage and access to different things like your water lines down underneath there. You have a shelf right here for a couple items you could put there. Pull out drawer, you have plywood style drawer construction with staples on those. And then we have more storage through here. 2 drawers that will open up. As we go through this too, I might ask y'all a couple questions because I'm sure there's some truck camper enthusiasts that will find these videos that might have some more information that I do, and I am not the type of person that is going to get offended if you correct me, if you mention something that I forgot to mention, or if you ask questions about things. That is what this page is here for. You guys might know more than I do on some of these things because I haven't had the most exposure to truck campers, so please add that additional information for the community here that is watching. Oh, here we go. Like this. I didn't even see, and granted, I mean, I just got into this camper, but I did not see that we have some light controls right here. You also have your tank levels right there as well. But now we got the lights up over that area. Your microwave is going to double as an air fryer here. You have a nice backsplash there, splash guard. Surprised they don't have one on this wall because they do on a lot of other Northwood products. But 3-burner gas stove there, knife rack back along here. And then we have your smaller Furrion oven. Little storage space down, or no, that actually goes to outside. So a little area, it looks like you can add some things into the space. Little piece of trim there that needs to be pushed back over. I always want to try to fix those things as I'm going through it. But interesting little rear or outside access door there. Furrion 12-volt refrigerator and freezer. This is going to be nearly the same size that you'll find in some travel trailers. The refrigerator portion is just a little bit smaller, and then the freezer is just about the same. So pretty nice space there. And then we come across here and you have your bathroom. So this is going to be a wet bath in this space. All one molded fiberglass piece throughout this whole area. So everything is waterproof. You have an incredibly huge skylight in there. That is massive. And then you can see you have a vent fan up in the corner, a light there, and your toilet. Now, real quick, let's talk about liquefied. This is a black tank treatment for your RV, meaning that everything that goes into your black tank is going to have some sort of smell and breakdown process that needs to be mitigated, and that's what liquefied is for. This will help break down your waste. It will also make sure everything smells fresh. You can get it in this powder formula, liquid formula, or the pods formula on Amazon, and also in Blue Compass RV stores as well. Speaking of which, if you're looking for your next RV, there's also a link down below in the comments and description where you can find all of the 100+ different Blue Compass stores across the country, so you can find a store close to you to find your next RV. This one that we're looking at today here happens to be in Surprise, Arizona. AC just kicked back on, so you might have been able to hear the sound of that. To come back this way, this light here too, let's turn that on. So as we step into this space, I don't even really feel like there's much, I mean, I'm gonna do it, but I was gonna say I don't feel like there's much reason to, because you have to sit down to take a shower. I mean, unless you're, actually, wait a minute. This has like a 5'11", maybe 5'10" ceiling height. Oh my gosh, that's, wow, that's crazy. If you're under 5'10", I'm pretty convinced you can actually stand straight up in here without having to bend over your neck. That's, wow, that is incredible. That is so cool. I did not think it was that tall. Oh my gosh, wow. There's also a curtain that can go right here. So you see you can do a curtain right there, so you can just leave this door open if you want. Wow, that is amazing. Oh my gosh. That surprised me so much. Like, if I traveled in this with my wife, she could legitimately stand in this easily. She would think that's so fun and so cool. All right, let's keep going. You have your medicine cabinet here, just plastic behind there, and then even your sink is part of this molded fiberglass. Now you have to think about, when it comes to like the price of these truck campers, there's a couple things that are certainly going to contribute to that. One is things like this molded fiberglass area. This is a very customized molded fiberglass shell. I can only imagine how much it costs to produce something like this, especially when you consider the fact that most travel trailers in general don't even have molded fiberglass showers. That's a price point thing. So then to get a molded fiberglass shower, but not just a shower, this whole entire area being molded fiberglass, I imagine it's probably pretty expensive. Not only that, there's not a huge market for these truck campers compared to other travel trailers and things like that, meaning that they're not building nearly as many of them. So for them to be able to actually like keep the business alive and existing, I imagine they have to be able to make a little bit more money to sell them. And this is just me like giving you honest, truthful information about the economics of the situation. So I always wonder how many of those factors actually go into the pricing of these things. Because they do seem very expensive for what you're getting at $39,980. It's a very well built camper though, but I definitely feel like there's a little bit of like a price there that is being paid to have the freedom and accessibility that this offers that other campers don't offer, that is part of being in such a small niche element that they just aren't ever going to build 500 of these a year or 1,000 of these a year, 10,000 of these a year like some other camper brands might. Going through the dining area, you have this storage space here, cabinetry up through there, speakers up in the ceiling, and then another speaker up here in the ceiling. So if you're sitting in this dining area, you have your speakers there. You have some storage space down underneath your booth seating. And then we have a remote right here. This looks like it's for your legs on the outside, because as you saw outside, we don't have this sitting on top of a truck bed. So that's the other cool advantage too, is you can actually drop this from your truck, or I guess technically you would lift it up off of your truck, and then you can go and take your truck out to go do other activities and leave your truck camper behind if that was something that you wanted to do. I am curious though what like the theft prevention solutions are out there for truck campers. I know with like travel trailers you can put a lock on the ball hitch and things like that, but I don't know for truck campers, if you just leave the truck or the camper portion behind and take your truck out, what measures you take to prevent someone else from driving up under your truck camper and taking off with it. But if you know, let me know down below in the comments. Really like the booth seating in the Northwood products. I'm actually not a fan of these booth dinettes all that much. I have one in my travel trailer and it's not all that comfortable. In the Northwood products, their cushions are much thicker and much firmer, and they're deeper, making it a much more comfortable spot to sit down on than most travel trailers. Now as we go up this way, the AC is not ducted up into the space. Also, you have a privacy curtain right here going into the bedroom. This looks like an actual like queen size bed. Really neat space up in here. If you climb up into the space, I know I talked about the AC and then I got sidetracked, so I'll get back to it, don't worry. We have spot to hang clothes there. Again, solid wood cabinet doors. Nice lighting up through here with the lights for each person over the bed. You also have a vent fan there, and you have the light up over the space. Windows on both sides. Spot for a TV right here, and your power connections there, plus more storage over here, just a little bit. The AC, when I climb up into this space, is shooting air out right through there. And you can close the other side of that AC unit just to shoot out air only on this side. And it is actually making it all the way back to this bed area. It is blasting me in the face right now, which feels fantastic. So it does not have me concerned about the ability to like stay cool in this space. This definitely seems like a queen size bed. Very nice mattress. You can see my feet. I'm leaving my feet hanging off the edge so that I don't get my shoes on the bed. But I have a whole lot of headspace up here. I mean, there's a whole lot of room to spare, and this mattress on here is a really nice premium mattress that is much better than what you'll normally find in an RV. And I don't think most people will find a need to replace that. That's pretty much it too. Like, I'm trying to look around. Let's see, we got some storage here. This is my first time filming a truck camper, so I don't know the best ways to go about showing you these really tiny, small spaces. I'm gonna have to learn. But I'm just having fun with y'all. Hopefully y'all appreciate that. You can see some storage space down through here. I wonder, does it have a clothing rod up in there? No. Oh, yes, it does. Okay, yeah, so you can hang clothes up in that space. Yeah, this is going to be a learning process for sure. Outlets and USB ports here right next to the bed. And then you definitely have to crawl around on all fours up here, kind of scoot around when you're on the mattress. But keep in mind, the mattress is pretty dang thick. So to the floor space, there actually is a considerable amount of height in here, but a lot of that is just being taken up by the fact that this is such a thick, plush, premium mattress. Same storage over here as well. And it looks like we have a solar charge controller in there, a 50 amp solar charge controller. So it should be a decent amount of solar up on the roof and a spot to hang clothes. Also have a little headboard here, so some nice padded protection for your head while you're sleeping. Little things like that are important. And then that's pretty much everything on the inside. Let's go ahead and go hop outside. But let me know what you think about the floor plan layout here. They have two different floor plans and they have both of them here. So we'll take a look at the other one as well on another video. So you step outside. Such fun little ideas too, like having the window here along the back door so that you can actually see like out into your campsite or whatnot when you are camping in this camper. And you have an awning up over the back door here. So that awning will cover that back door area. You have prepped to add a backup camera. Nice with this too, that can easily double as a security camera. Really nice just look overall throughout this back portion of this truck camper. You can see the arms here for each leg. This is what you will use to raise and lower this truck camper to get it up underneath your truck, and also to oh gosh, what was I gonna say? And to level it out, sorry. The only thing that I'm trying to see, because they didn't have it in the brochure or literature, they do in some of the other ones, is it didn't say if this was going to be good for a long bed or short bed truck or both. And I'm just looking at the length of it, trying to determine that for myself. It's really hard to say. It's really hard to say, because this looks like it would be okay for a short bed truck. This looks like it's a little bit bigger than that, but maybe not. I don't think this like base part is any different than that one, so it might be okay for a shorter truck bed, but that's something I need to learn. I need to learn what truck bed sizes these campers are suited for, and that's something I will definitely put the time and energy and effort into figuring out. Quite literally just didn't know when I showed up here today there were going to be so many truck campers, and most of these other campers I've already filmed those for y'all, so I'm more interested in getting to these ones here. So I'll learn about this stuff more and more as I continue to do this, as I've done with all the other products that I reviewed. Battery disconnect switch through here. You can see some water lines running through this space. Such a small space definitely means that you're going to find things like water lines and stuff like that in a lot more areas, just because they got to be running through somewhere. A little access panel down underneath here. I wonder if those might be heat pads for that water tank right there. I'm not sure though. I'll have to go back inside and check and see if they have heat pads, if that's what those are. A propane line right here. And then down underneath here, we have a little storage space right there. This ladder will fold up. Well, it's really hard to see because it's so bright. This ladder will fold up against the wall. So this area right here, you can undo those pins and it will actually fold up this way, so it frees up access to that storage area. Let's go ahead and climb up on the roof, see what we got going on up here. So up on the roof, 400 watts of solar. You got your Winegard digital antenna, that massive skylight there that is tinted, and then your Coleman Mach low profile, looks like a pretty low profile air conditioner right there as well. Okay, let's hop back down. Oh, and this is just like looks like your pretty standard roof membrane that you'll find on any other travel trailer as well. Coming along this side, storage area here, it is carpet lined as well, so kind of gonna help with just things shaking and rattling in that space. Same thing through here, another storage area. And then as we come along this way, here's your 2 propane bottles. So yeah, those look like those are 5-gallon propane bottles there. Or are those aren't 20s. No, those are not 20s. Those are 5s, I think. I don't know where it actually says those on these bottles. I just know what the sizes are. I'm not used to looking at ones these small, and like I'm pretty sure that's what these sizes are. Let's see, it says 17.6 pounds, so maybe I should know more about this stuff, y'all, but you know, I'm ignorant in some areas, and I'm not afraid to admit that, because I don't know everything about everything under the sun. So yeah, that's what it says right there, 17.6 pounds. This is a propane regulator that has an automatic crossover, so when you run out of propane on one bottle, it can automatically jump over to the next one. And then you have a little storage access right here. This is above your propane bottle area. Kind of an interesting storage space, because it's, you know, there's other things that are in this cavity here, but still a usable space nonetheless. And then we come along this way, you have your window here, and up front, little window. I imagine something like this is so that you can see either into your truck or through your truck in through this window into the camper, I would think, but I'm still not entirely 100% sure what the purpose of a window like that is. Or maybe it's just so you can see out into your camping environment from inside. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. I wish I could go out and use one of these things myself so I could really understand like all the benefits to it. So if you have information on that, please share. This is going to be a molded fiberglass front cap here that you have on the front. This is a Wolf Creek Roam. And again, it's going to be a little bit more on the affordable side for a higher end, like better built truck camper than something that you might see from like, This one doesn't look too bad here. It's just definitely smaller and probably going to be more lightweight. Same thing with like the Palomino, definitely smaller and more lightweight. They even have those with like the pop-up soft-sided tent things on top, and this is starting to get into that higher end tier of quality, but not quite what they have from the Arctic Fox line, which we'll take a look at as well. But excited to learn more about these things from y'all. Excited to do my own research and also hopefully get some information from y'all in the comments. So please share your thoughts and your information that you know down below. And that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, live firmly unbound.